LED here. I'm about to show you something that's gonna make you feel completely stupid. This trade made me 129% in 22 minutes using Barney. Yeah, you heard that right. Barney the purple dinosaur, aka single purple line on my chart. While over there are 58 lines looking like a 3-year-old's coloring book, I'm making money off a purple line that's simpler than anything Barney ever taught you. Here's the problem. Most traders will watch this entire breakdown and still go back to their complicated setups tomorrow morning. They'll ignore the purple line because it's just too simple. They need fair value gaps, Fibonacci magic, institutional order flow to feel smart about their trade. But here's the thing about trading. It's not about looking smart. It's about making money. Don't you want to make some money? Here's what changed everything for me. I realized trading is just like following traffic lights. Red light, you stop. Green light, you go. The 8 EMA is my traffic light. So I'm about to break down exactly how the magical purple line made me 129%. It's all about the 8 EMA. And if you want to see how simplicity beats complexity every single time, stick around. Let's get into it. This is the purple line that just made me 129% in 10 minutes. You may be skeptical. You may think, Ellie, there's no way all you do is trade with a magical purple line. And you'd be right to be skeptical. But here's the thing. This is just August. Here's some highlights. 95% on NVIDIA puts, 100% on Amazon calls, 85% IWM. This is what I do every single day. You can go to my feed and you can see almost every single day I'm posting big profits using just one simple line. But what if I told you trading is a lot like a traffic light? Red means stop. Yellow means caution, or depending on the type of person you are, maybe you speed up and try not to blow the red light. Yellow is very subjective, and green means go. You probably wouldn't believe me. You probably have a lot of questions. Ellie, where are you going with this? Why are we talking about traffic when it comes to trading? And I would say, make sure you leave a comment down below, click the like button, and subscribe before I tell you the exact reason. So here's the problem. Okay, this is Andy. Like, he's just staring into the abyss. He analyzes pedestrian foot traffic in 48 states. He always knows a shortcut. Everyone knows that guy, always knows a shortcut, okay? If I'm gonna be a profitable trader, I'm just gonna do this one thing. This will get me rich. But for some reason, it takes longer. If that shortcut was so good, then why aren't you profitable? He always drives one under because he's terrified of tickets. You always set your stop loss too close because you're scared of losing money. You know the rush hour patterns in Paris, but you live in Florida. You know all these strategies, but why aren't you making any money? And lastly, passenger princess. Always complaining, doesn't like the way people drives. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, the person clicking the buttons is you. And here's a solution. You could be like me. Green means go, red means stop, yellow means speed up if there's no cop. I just flow with the market. I just flow with it. I let the market tell me what's going to happen next. I don't care about Japanese manufacturing data. It means nothing to me. I don't care that you can gamble on sports on Robinhood. It doesn't matter to me. I just flow with the market. And you should flow with the market listening to my YouTube videos. Let's think about trading in traffic terms, or traffic in trading terms. Vice versa. You get the idea. Red means bearish, yellow means chop, and green means bullish. That's all we need to know. Stocks are doing two things. They're either going down and to the right, up and to the right, or doing absolutely nothing, aka chop. But what if we can use something instead of a traffic light? Maybe a magical traffic light. Enter in the 10-minute purple traffic light. Now, I haven't seen one of these in person before. I've never seen a purple traffic light. Maybe depending on the neighborhood you're in, but I've never seen one of these. So therefore, it is a magical purple traffic light. And if you're catching on, the reason why it's a magical purple traffic light is because it is the 8 EMA. The 8 EMA is our magic traffic light. It's very simple. If the 8 EMA is above price, it's bearish. If it's below price, it's bullish. Look at this line right here. You'll notice if the 8 EMA is below, it's bullish. If it's above, it's bearish. Screenshot this and add it and stick it to the side of your desk so you don't forget. Next question is, people always ask me, how do you add the 8 EMA to your chart? It's very straightforward. You can click on indicators. This is TradingView, okay? Don't ask me about Thinkorswim or some brokerage I never heard of. I trade on TradingView. You should trade on TradingView. Click on indicators, type in EMA, moving average exponential, okay? Not simple, exponential. Next, you're gonna type in 8 right here, which is the length, and then you're gonna turn smoothing off. I don't know that it's there. I don't really pay attention. And lastly, and most importantly, you're gonna click and turn your line purple. If you tag me in a trade and your indicators don't match mine, you're not a part of the purple fam, okay? Make your EMA purple and let's start running up the bag. So now we know if the EMA is below price, Well, what is the trend? Very simple. It is bullish. You can see every time it came down to the ADMA, it bounced and went up and to the right. Therefore, the trend is bullish. There is not a short here. Now you may be asking, well, Ellie, it broke right here. Yeah, and then it popped right above it. So the trend is bullish. What is the trend here? We know if it's the purple line is above the candlesticks, the trend is bearish. Okay, every time it comes up and taps that ADMA, the trend is bearish. It sells off. Pop, sell off, pop, sell off, pop, pop, pop. Like all pops are getting sold. That means the trend is bearish. We are going lower. Now, based on what you know, what is the trend here? Well, Ellie, you just told me if the purple line is below the candle, that means it's going to be bullish. Well, what if the trend flips? What if we go from bullish to bearish? Remember, bullish, EMA is under. Bearish, the EMA is above. And you can see the trend flipped. You're probably wondering, well, Ellie, your strategy is absolute trash. You just showed me examples where the stock went up forever. That's where I want to trade. I would say, hold on a second. What if we can use this to our advantage and make even more money? Now you're not clicking off this video. Yes, you can use trend flips to make yourself even more money. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. So here we go. We can see SPY and Tesla. We can see SPY is bullish, Tesla is bullish. They're both above the 8 EMA. But here's what happened. Once SPY broke the ADMA, okay? This is a break candle. You can see it's clearly heavy. You have a very large body here. It's starting to come down. Tesla made me stop out of my 106% gainers. You can see Tesla then broke the 8 EMA. Remember, if the market is bullish, your bullish setups will work. If the market is bearish, your bearish setups will work. However, if the market flips bearish and you're in a bullish setup, you want to ratchet your stops and be prepared to stop out. So here we go. Here's a summary. So this is SPY and QQQ. This is what I refer to as the market, okay? I don't look at like super individual names unless I'm trading a sector. SPY and QQQ is the market. There's like a million stocks in SPY and QQQ, so they will track the overall performance of the overall market so you don't get bagged. In a bearish trend, longs are less probability. Why? Because you have the whole market moving against you. If you're going to buy calls in a bearish trend, it's usually not going to go in your favor. It's low probability because the market is not with you. Remember, you always want market momentum to carry you to quitting your 9 to 5. Bullish momentum will fade. You'll see a lot of stocks will start to rip and then slowly sort of roll over and enter a consolidation phase if the market is bearish, or even break down and go to the lows. You have to be prepared. You're likely going to stop out on calls on any individual name if the market is bearish. So manage your risk and manage your expectations accordingly. And the same thing goes if the market's bullish, okay? Shorts are less probability. Okay, if the market's ripping up and to the right and Nvidia is going down, there's a high chance that dip buyers are going to come in because they think that the market's turning and they're going to play the curl. Bearish momentum will fade, okay? If you're ever in a trade and there's a bunch of wicks going against you, it's probably because you're fighting the market. It's because dip buyers are coming in. Remember, if it's a part of S&P 500 and that stock is going up, right? SPY is going up, dip buyers are going to come in and buy the stock that traces the index. And again, stop outs are more likely, okay? Remember, you're fighting against the market. So manage your expectations and manage your risk so you don't get a big green candle or a big red candle in your face. What are the best plays then? The best plays are a bearish setup with a bearish market. These are A+, okay? The market's getting sent to the gulag and your stock that you're trading is getting sent to the gulag. The same thing. If SPY and QQQ are bullish and your stock is going up and to the right, that is perfect. You are on the right side of the market. Too often, I see traders are buying puts when SPY's ripping. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why didn't you grab Tesla calls? Why didn't you grab this? Why didn't you grab this? You're like, well, it was below the ADMA. Yes, but are you taking into account the entire market and what everything else is doing? Again, you don't want to go long Nvidia when every single chip is in the absolute dumpster. You don't want to do that. Pay attention to what all the other names are doing, and this will greatly, greatly increase your win rate. So let's see how this works in real time. So here we go. We have SPY and QQQ, aka the market, and now we're looking at AMD. We can see AMD has been bearish all day. There's not a single green candle over the ADMA. So what are you going to do? You're going to wait for the market to flip bearish, okay? Remember, this is a break of the EMA. It's clearly below the EMA. You can see, look at the body of the candle. Common question I get is, are we going to wait for a candle close? No, just read the candles in front of your face. Is it breaking the EMA? If yes, then it's probably going to reverse. If no, then it's not going to reverse. Watch it in real time and learn yourself. Okay, but back to this. We can see AMD is super weak, super heavy, and the market's starting to roll over. So if the market rolls over, we have to assume that the heavier names, okay, the names that are already down at the lows are also going to get pulled lower. Why? Because when the market was bullish, these names were also selling off. That is how you play it. Think of it as like a gravity, okay? Like the gravitron. I don't know if you've ever been to a carnival before, but you're like stuck against the wall, okay? When the market rolls over, these things are going to get stuck to the floor, aka it's going to get stuck to the low of day, okay? So here we go. SPY and QQQ fully roll over. You can see this is the roller. So it goes up and then rolls over, okay? Forms a bear flag and continues to go to the lows. All we do is we're spotting that rollover and we're now going to, remember, we were long Tesla in the morning, okay? So we were long Tesla up until this point. That flipped, we stopped out on our runners, okay? Now the market is going down. So we're going to then just look for the weakest stock of the name, which was, the weakest stock of the day, which was AMD. What do? We load up puts on this little bear flag and we ride it to lows of days for 129%. That is how you trade. Notice, remember back to our example. We're flowing with the market. The market will tell us what the best play is. We don't have to go on Twitter or, all that random stuff to find the best setup. The market will tell us. The easiest, most profitable setups are the most obvious setups. I'm telling you, every day I trade the most obvious setups. Why? Because most people in trading don't want to think. I don't want to think. Just hand me my money so I can go back to bed. So in summary, what did we discuss? You want to stick to plays that are in trend with the market. Okay, in trend. Remember, if SPY is going up, you want to find names that are also going up. If SPY is going down, you want to find names that are also going down. This will help you flip your bias. Oftentimes, what happens is the market does a rollover, okay, or vice versa, like this, and people get hyper fixated on a name. So they get super hyper fixated, but it's not in trend with the market. And what happens? They get a huge green candle in their face, and they message me saying, "I don't know how to trade." I'm like, okay, well, were you in trend with the market? This should be common sense. However, I didn't realize that people didn't know about this, so we are going to teach it all for free. Next, it will help you pivot quickly, okay? You will know if you're wrong. If you see a big red candle on SPY or a big green candle and you're short, you will likely just get out. It's not worth the headache. You can also move your stops tighter, okay? Just move them up. Just be like, okay, this is probably tapped out. The market's turning. Okay, this will help you protect your gains versus being up 100% and then waiting for a candle close under the 80 EMA, and now you're only up 20%. This will help you protect your gains, which is critical for a small account. Lastly, and most importantly, let the market have your back. What do I mean by that? The market will support bullish names if it's bullish. It will also send bearish names to the abyss if the market is bearish. Let the market have your back. Also, side note, if you get a bad entry and the market's just ripping, you're going to make money regardless because you're in a bullish setup. So it'll actually help you with your bad entry problem. Try this strategy 1 week and send me your wins on X or tag me. I have a toxic trait where I love retweeting people making money. And yeah, have a wonderful night.